This is an article that came out in Housing Wire talking about how some people are giving up their low interest rate mortgages in order to do cash out refinances to consolidate other high interest debt. Now, this is not a strategy for everybody, but they did share some good case studies in here that were very beneficial for the clients. And I've had some personally, and it reminded me of this story. So I thought I would share it with you. And if you know somebody that's in this situation that's paying high interest rates on other debts, then at least have them reach out to me. And we would love to just run the numbers and see if it makes sense or not. A lot of times it doesn't, but sometimes it does. So let me just share a story with you of one recent client. So she was locked in for a 20-year fixed at 2.49, and there's nothing in the market right now that even touches that. Probably never will be again in the future. But you have to be hesitant to give up on 2.49% 20-year loan. But in her case, she had so much other debt that totaled almost $60,000 between credit cards and installment loans, and it was 1704 a month in additional debt. So when you total all that together, she was paying over 2,500 a month, and the blended rate that she was paying was 7.63. Even though the mortgage is over half of that and it's at 2.5, it still adds up to a blended rate of close to 8%. So in her case, what we did is a cash out refinance. We paid off all the credit cards, we paid off all the installment loans, everything, so that she just had one new monthly payment. We went with a 30-year fix because right now the 20-year doesn't give you any kind of break on the interest rate. And the new house payment was $1,225. So that saves $1,329 in monthly outgo. So you're probably thinking, all right, well, we doubled her interest rate. The new rate was 5.75. We took her house payment from 850 to 1250. We stretched out. She only had 18 years left on the loan, and now she's at 30. And we put unsecured debt like credit cards into her mortgage, which is potentially putting her house at risk because of this additional debt. But in her words, she said this was life changing. For her, she wasn't really so worried about the 1329 of monthly savings. She was making the 2553 okay, but just taking those monthly payments from 10 different bills to pay down to one made a huge difference. Also, we reduced the amount of interest that she was paying totally, and in her case, we actually put her on track to become debt-free 10 full years sooner. So instead of 18 years, what she decided to do is she's just going to continue paying the 2553 a month, which means 1329 of additional principal paid every single month to the mortgage, which puts her on track to be completely debt free, including having her house paid off in less than 8 years. So again, if you know somebody, we have these really cool software tools that we can run you through to just see if it's beneficial or not. Sometimes this way doesn't work, and we leave the high interest rate, or we leave the low interest rate on your mortgage alone, and we do a home equity line of credit or a fixed rate second mortgage instead. There's lots of different strategies for making things work. So please feel free to reach out if I can help you out with anything.